is you can do a couple of things. You can scan it and put it in your Schoology like we're asking, or you can take a picture of it, and if you have the Schoology app on your phone, the app will pull directly from your photos. So you can upload it that way or send it to me via mail that way as well.
How were we supposed to get that?
Yeah, is it under courses or groups?
Yeah, so what you'll do is you'll go to your mentor course. Let's just do that
And
really
if you're
quickly.
not on that,
Then you should be. So if you're not on that, there's a
Oh, I see.
problem.
Mentor process.
yeah, I'm not on that.
You're not on that?
I think it was because I did the second.
Okay, if you could send me an email, because I'll get you on that before I leave tonight. But when you go to your course, it's all hyperlinked here with the due date. However, you can also go into the folder and then you can grab the attachments that way. If you want your principal to have a little more information as a reminder, sometimes we like to have like something tangible in our hand to hand our site administrator. I've created a letter for you that just kindly reminds them that their superintendent or their district signed an MOU, and that in order to be in compliance with the state, you must have a mentor assigned to you. So that's just kind of helps you with that articulation process for when you're talking to your site administrator or principal. And then there are places for you to attach this. In other words, there are drop boxes, but if you want to physically hand it to me, email it, that is fine too. You have the 2 due dates coming up very soon. The exit ticket, the PSA, and by the way, your mentor, this is the orientation. Those slides are explaining the process to your mentor. And then as you guys know about this as teachers, as a way, thank you Ashley, as a way to collect evidence, because we have to have evidence of proof, that's what this exit ticket does. So the exit ticket has the mentor sign saying that they watched the orientation slides. And then the PSA is how we pay them. And that's the one, that form that I told you they don't like to put their social security on, but we have to have it or else we can't pay them, and that'll become a problem. But if you give it to me by October 30th, I get to look through all that and have enough time to get things fixed. And then the collaboration log, that is something that you do, but your mentor checks it 3 different times during the year. That way you don't show it to them in May and they're overwhelmed by a whole year's worth of stuff that they haven't seen. Go ahead.
So this is our school site.
That's your school site mentor, yeah, not your supervisor. This supervisor is something different.
Okay.
Yes.
Question that may not pertain to this,
Okay.
but I'm a little confused. Because I have a whole separate Excel sheet that I'm logging, like PD classes that I go to, talking with
That's with your
my
school?
specialist. For somewhere, I know we're supposed to have like an extra 144 hours.
Yeah, that's that sheet. That's the log sheet.
So my separate Excel spreadsheet should go on that.
Oh, wait a minute.
Like this has not a whole lot to do with my mentor. It's
Yes. You found that in your supervisor log?
No, I just created it.
Oh, then no, you'll have to use our tools, because our tools are the ones that the state will be approving.
Okay, so there's a collaboration log, and is there another sheet that I should be using for the 144?
That's this. That is it. Yeah, and it'll have 144 written on it somewhere, I believe, at the top.
And does the 144 just pertain to the mentor?
So you have 6 criteria that the state lays out for us. And at the top of this log sheet, those criteria are written out, and then you pick and choose. So you just you look at what you're doing and you pick out of those 6 areas that the state says is okay, and you decide which one it applies for. So out of those 6 areas, you'll see things like collaborating with other teachers, professional development, planning, co-teaching. And so you'll just find something that's closely related to, and then that's a state thing, so we have to use their format there. Go ahead.
So do those hours also count for, because I have collaboration every Thursday?
Yes.
Does that count, right?
So yes, it does. So what you want is you want to try to make, first of all, the 144 hours, I mean, you guys could get that in no time, right? But it needs to be fleshed out through the year. So think about that. It needs to be fleshed out through the year. And we need to see a variety of aspects on that. Yeah, it's 140. Yeah, so no problem. Yeah, no problem.
And
No
it can-
problem.
It can start back in August?
You'll start back, you'll do another log course next year.
I know, but, this is for next
This
year?
is for the academic year. This log is for the academic
Okay.
year. Yeah, so you'll just think about how that's, yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, it's still related.
Sure.
In my head, there's more hours. There's like 36 more hours. Does that
You-
bring about of like?
No, there's 45 that are EL related, but we have it in with this.
Okay.
It's not in addition.
Where do we put the hours?
Do I log it on that sheet too? Everything's logged on.
Everything's logged in on the machine. You're welcome.
Is there not a hours place that you put down how many hours?
There should be.
It just says category number and brief description and date.
Okay. So I'll probably need to tweak that to make sure the hours is on there. But is there an hours at the is there a total hours at the bottom?
No.
Nope.
Okay, I'll look at that. I'll look at that. Yes.
So, like, for the professional development, so if we attend 2 different meetings at
Yes.
the same day, you'll be logging on different meetings.
Not necessarily, unless it was 2 different topics, and then you might.
Yes,
But then
because they're
again,
different classes.
under the description, you could just label the 2 topics there. It's expected that you attend 2 professional developments per, what they call per semester. We don't really run by semester, but that's how it's written in the handbook, it's per semester. So, in other words, twice a year, you're expected, twice in an academic year, you're expected to, attend a professional development. So, just as long as you have a couple of those accounted for, then you're good. And again, the state does not tell us how many hours have to go to professional development. It's just, they say a couple of times a year. How it's written out there, so. All right, well, I will go ahead and leave you all. Thanks for letting me have a few minutes of your time, and I apologize that I didn't open my eyes and see who my audience was, because I would have seen that you all were specialists. Okay.
Yeah.
Your name's on it, right?
So.
Yeah, before we jump in the next
She,
segment,
whatever happened.
everything will definitely attendance signage, sign your name so I can input in the computer to save time. I don't want to roll call like you do in class. It'll save us probably a good strong 5 minutes. And you can sign, I'm gonna input.
3 minutes, I thought
all last name first, that's fine.
back again?
I'll figure it out either way.
Well,
Okay.
we'll
Either way,
federally,
that's
like,
fine.
Do you think you have enough time to get it working?
Yeah, last name first will be
Yes,
faster. so I'll
it's
do
so
that
much
one.
better this time.
Either way. And again, I'll make sure your attendance. When's that? Try using the little shut.
Yeah, you're not gonna get much distance on that paper.
That's not gonna work. Wanna go over that?
You know what, I'm gonna tweak this a little bit. I apologize, yeah, the hours, and I'm gonna stick
You gotta go out of the room.
3 areas. Because she'll sign it 3 times. Yeah, I'm doing that. I was wondering if I was gonna this out to you guys.
Wanna go ahead?
Your additional questions? It's about.
They decided.
We gotta, yeah, she has a question.
So we need to discuss that. Okay.
So yeah, we'll put that on. Okay, guys, so all eyes up here, please. We are now gonna transition into centers. Okay, so first off, keep the volume at a coffee shop level. Obviously, you guys are going to talk. And there's lots of loud voices. Then we become, all of a sudden, we're streaming. You guys know that already. Stay on task, complete the task. You guys know that. Rotate at the signal. We'll let you guys know when that is and what that sounds like. And then last but not least, leave the area cleaner than you found it. Make sure that the instructors aren't cleaning up after you, please. I know you guys deal with that in your classrooms.
So we have an overview of what each of the centers are before we start getting up. So center 1, what would you do? So a lot of this is going to be Schoology based because we have our friends at home who are online doing the same exact activities as you are here in session. So for session 3, center 1, there's an actual discussion and you're going to read through each scenario thoroughly, describe, I don't know why I'm reading off of that, I have it right in front of me. Describe what you would do for each situation, include references to any readings, articles, or teacher guides that you've read to support your response. Let's see, any questions about that? Session 2 is homework, so this is where we will address some of those concerns that were brought up earlier this evening, as well as go over what's due for next week. I'll also try to fit in, where necessary, an actual tutorial on how to access the materials, how to save it into your Google Drive, and any other questions you might have about submissions. Session 3 is high quality first instruction. So you're either going to read through or listen to the instructor describe common universal accommodations teachers can use in their classrooms to provide a high quality first instructions. So you're going to take notes, ask clarifying questions, and there might be opportunities to actually do role plays. For Center 4, Tier 2 support, so you're going to listen to RJ go through the IEP and behavior support plan process. Again, ask notes, or annotate your notes, ask clarifying questions. And then Center 5 is another independent station or independent center, and that's a center on teacher professionalism. You're going to go to that assignment on Schoology, just read the scenario, describe the problem-solving process you're going to use and your action steps, include any relevant examples and references to any readings, articles, or teacher guides that might support your response. And that one, so for this one, we're going to discuss at the end of the session. We're going to try to have this every week for the next couple weeks that we're here. And these are things that we don't really talk about in the teacher preparation classes, but they're real day-to-day type of interactions with parents. This first one's on interaction with a parent, interactions with students, interactions with colleagues. So we're going to have some really fun discussions at the end. So centers have been identified by little placards. Go ahead and take 30 seconds, 60 seconds to pack up everything except for your computer and a pencil.
So everything out, just your laptop, and then we'll put you guys up.
Was sleeping both of them or shot?
You can sit right now.
Your writing utensil. It's okay.
Are we doing the mock test this week? Yeah, okay.
We're gonna switch it up to the center.
Yeah, it'll be a homework assignment. It's really easy. Just videotape yourself.
So we don't have to do it tonight, and we'll
No.
just do it at 9:30?
It'll be due next week.
Okay, cool. So we can do it over the weekend?
Yes. Timer.
You see the centers are numbered?
Yeah, it's on the little.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, guys, try to get ready in about 20 seconds. Maybe 20 more seconds. Now you guys are still packing it up. Sign-in sheet hopefully is flying around.
We have our organization, I thought you said that we would be checking in. And ourselves.
Oh,
So you don't have to take the roll.
you have a board? Yeah, that'd be interesting if you guys want to do it, but.
Well, I don't know.
I was gonna do the exact same thing. Okay.
All right, guys, we are now ready. So here, station one, I'm gonna read off names. For you, so we have to switch your groups up. Center one is here. We have Barbara, Vanessa, Andre, and Ashley. Again, Barbara, Vanessa, Andre, and Ashley. Center two is here. We have Douglas, Rohit, Victoria, and Maureen. Again, Douglas, Rohit, Victoria, and Maureen. That's station two.
Did you check?
Station three, which is up here, will be Kimberly, Rebecca, Katie, and Heidi. Kimberly, Rebecca, Katie, and Heidi. Station four, I'll let you guys move around. Station four, we should be there. Will be Joseph, Ariel, yes, Alexander, and we're gonna have to hold our computers. He's smiling. And then station five should be over there. Edward, Shanti, and Kevin. Did I miss anyone?
Edward, if you want to check in, I'll let you know.
If you don't know where you're at, let me know your name and I'll tell you where you're at. It's a lot easier to do without people.
I will still.
Steal it. Go ahead.
We're not gonna take yours.
Anybody know, everybody have a question on where you're at?
Oh, sorry. I thought that was part of the assignment. I'm so sorry.
Oh, let me guess.
There will be one group of three in the back.
No, you didn't, because I have one of my friends.
I was the only one.
We're gonna meet on Sundays, so I can explain it to her because she's going crazy. Don't even worry, it was good to go. Because I'm just like, no.
Okay, this is going away.
Anybody else? Did we miss anybody else?
I think it's like.
But you know what? My friend.
So you are in center two, which means it's homework.
She'll be thrilled, so it's, I started those for the both of us.
And I don't understand why it's doing
Oh,
that.
yeah, because you know what, I'm just paying it forward.
Yeah,
I'm
that's weird.
paying it
Is it
forward.
mirroring?
Like, okay.
Yeah.
So I am here to go over. This is weird. Homework. So let me start with, actually, where do you guys want to start? Do you guys want to address this coming week's homework, what that's due on Wednesday, or do you want to discuss some of the things that came up earlier?
Yeah, so the homework's due next Tuesday.
Yes, by 5.
Oh. Okay.
So on the develop the student profiles, so we just continue on with what we're doing.
Yes.
So can you explain like student interest inventory and student family inventory?
Yes.
Exactly that.
So you are
And organize the data.
Oh, session 3 homework.
Session 3 homework.
Tier 2 support center 4, and then your copies are down there.
So the back door is, it's a new one.
Is that why?
Yeah, it's 9714. I know, I tried to get in, luckily someone was walking by, and I'm like, he didn't want to give me the code because he didn't know me, and I'm like, okay, okay.
All right. So where am I?
The practicum?
Practicum tasks?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Where you, I'm on a different page.
Go to the homework slide. Well,
The-
go to
the-
So we can
bottom.
do the,
And at the bottom, it tells you slide 25, it tells you your homework.
module B,
yeah, or you can go
Section-
through. Do you have the book?
section 3, and then right here it says section 3 homework.
There is.
Read and teach like a champion, we got that. Read, teach, target, chapter 2 point. Chapter 10, chapter 11. That's cool. That's solid. Got
Yep.
those
So I
goals.
got session for your homework like that.
Yeah, like this right here. Practical tasks. Develop student profiles for minor class. Okay, so here's my question about the student profiles.
Yes.
So we only need to do one class.
One class.
Okay, so I teach RSB. So the class I picked was my 6th period econ government class. I got 10 kids in there. They're all IEP kids.
So I'm gonna grab these for them because they're like,
Yes.
so they should have, they're supposed to have it.
Yeah. It was a required text.
So they're all IEP
Students.
yes,
Okay.
all IEP students. So on the form, you know, it said, you know, put the name and then whether they're special ed and how identifiers, and Maureen asked earlier. So I put SP/RSB. So they know. And then like as far as the little points where it asks for you know, like their learning cues or whatever they have. So, you know, I put little things like visual learner, strengths, you know, so some of the strengths, you know, like likes to read or is on the football team or is, you know, a few things like that.
Yes.
So when it goes down further down the chart, the list, it has like, oh, how many kids with IEPs? Well, it's all of them.
It's all of
And there's
them.
only
Yeah.
3 boxes. So do I need to fill out those bottom parts as well?
Just the one.
Actually, let me grab mine.
Yeah.
I brought
I
it
was gonna say
So we have to do all of our students, or can?
in one class.
one class.
Okay, so I'm K-5 resource.
Yeah.
So it's either math or ELA.
Okay.
I mean, one class, I have second through 5th graders in math, and I have 2nd through 5th graders in ELA.
How many students? We don't want it to be like unmanageable. You could choose one grade level, or you could choose one subject.
Yeah, like
Okay.
I was talking about, that was teaching them and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so we either choose,
Go by grade level.
so just
Or
go
by-
by grade
Yeah,
level.
grade level or subject. You choose.
Just a quick question.
Yep.
So whenever in our station directions say describe, should we type something into the comment thing on Schoology? Should we,
What section?
we're at station number 5, and if it says, you know, read over the scenario, describe your process. Should we each submit one into the comments field on Schoology? Is that
Yes,
what you'd like
each of
us?
you guys. Yep.
Okay.
That's
They're looking
it.
at me like,
You're crazy? Okay.
Right.
It happens.
So
Yes.
before I started,
Yeah.
now I know I guess if I had 50 kids that'll work.
I thought we were just supposed to.
Medical conditions and all that stuff, we don't need a. Eventually, we're gonna have to do the whole class, but so
Yeah.
this stuff, do I need to put any of that stuff in there?
If any of these kids have medical conditions
Okay. What
that affect their learning,
if? Okay.
yeah.
Individual. So yeah, all of them have IEPs. So
If they all have IEPs.
do I just write C top or?
So next IEP meeting date,
I mean, I just printed out my accommodation page, did an IEP at a glance, took out all the identifiers and I need.
yeah.
Oh, do I need? Are we gonna have to print all those out?
I don't want to see the IEPs
Okay.
at a glance,
I was gonna
just
say.
because there's all that extra information. We just want to know
When
the
next
meeting date, classroom accommodations. If you could put all that in here,
Uh-huh.
or better yet, I know you already started it here. What you can do is just fill in this portion
For
for students with IEPs.
okay.
Yeah.
Do we have to add more boxes then?
Yeah.
Now, where's that?
Oh, okay.
Is that different than the first sheet?
Yes. Well, it's
Is that like our attendance and then
yeah,
like
1, 2, 3. It's a 4-page document. But what you could do, because you guys, you're all ed specialists, you could just reserve, or not reserve, but forget filling this in
we'll put it all in there?
and put it all in here and just add extra rows. So
Okay.
if you get into this last column and tab, you should be able to create
Okay.
more rows.
I got you.
We don't have to put all the, I mean, I can't put a behavior support plan in there, and we don't have to put all the accommodations. do we?
That's if they have it. So if they have a
If they
bib,
have
then
it.
you put it in.
Oh, the
Yeah.
bib,
Oh my goodness.
okay, the bib.
Which is why I kind of printed it out, because it said if your district has it on another piece of paper, fill it
Fill
out
it
and
in.
attach it,
Yes.
so that I didn't have to retype it.
Right. Does
But
it
you
print it
don't
out?
want the IEP.
at a glance. Because I took out, you know, all the identifiers so that I didn't have to retype everything.
That's what I was gonna ask. So if you can actually modify it so it doesn't have all that extra information, like the student identifiers.
Well, I
Or is it a
sharpied out
PDF?
and copied out, and, you know, I sharpied out the name and the student ID number. But it's gonna have, you know, part of the FAPE on there and that kind of stuff, but you're not gonna know who it is.
Mhm.
Because that was like a confidential
Yeah.
issue thing.
Yeah, the FERPA stuff. So I would cross out, I would even take that Sharpie and cross out everything else that is not the name or, you know, first name, IEP meeting date, classroom accommodations, BIPs, goals, benchmarks, case carrier. So if there's like interim goals,
Oh, so I can just copy and paste all this stuff.
yeah, you
So
can
that's
copy and
okay.
paste it or use the Sharpie and cross out everything else that is not
I'm not gonna waste my paper.
No,
I'm just gonna.
This is all part of
the
the,
same
Yeah.
document.
from this week.
Yes.
Okay.
But I just asked, so for last week, I just wanted 3 kids to get you guys
Okay, now what do you
used
want?
to it. Now it's your either a grade level, class, if it's manageable, or your subject
Put
level.
that in, yes, on the accommodation.
Are you co-taught?
Yes.
Or do you co-teach?
Yeah, I have two
No.
co-type
How many kids do you have in each class on your roster?
Usually I have an
32.
IEP design.
Well, on your own
Total?
roster, you have to
Huh?
do two? On your own roster?
No, I'm a co-teacher.
Yeah, so the way we do, well, at least at McClatchy, our co-taught is, there's the general ed kids and there's the special ed kids. So the special ed kids are on my roster. I have at least 7
It's
or
all
8
on,
of them.
it's all on one roster.
So,
32 kids? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's a little much.
Now, I
Uh,
have a math lab that has 14,
I would.
do your math.
and they're all special ed.
That's what I don't want.
So that's like mine. All these
Yes.
guys are in my econ
So,
government.
so this one from last week, we fill in all of them, okay? And then,
I don't mind filling out both though. Like I can keep this here
Yeah.
and then go into this part and
More
then expand
detail.
that and put all
Yeah,
that.
that's totally fine. Yeah.
okay, now what is the advantage of just putting it in here instead of attaching the IEP summary?
You don't have a thick stack of papers when you turn.
Right. Because this is all, I mean, depending on what
I'd have
mode you
14
use,
pages attached.
just one per.
14 per kid, right? Because
Is
you
it
plug
for-
IEP at a glance. Some of them go up to 4 pages each.
Oh, the IEP at a glance.
Yeah, or if
Yeah,
you're gonna pull
it
all that
depends.
information out.
So what I
Goals
just
page.
told
Okay, I got it.
Vicky is if you do that, if you go that route and you just print off your summaries, go through with a Sharpie and eliminate all the information. So black line it, redact it, so it has just this information.
Yeah, well, I
We don't
see
need
it's
all
a
the
lot
identifiers
simpler.
on, yeah,
We can block and copy from the IEP.
yeah.
Okay, and this is all due by next week.
No, by the practicum date,
30th or no,
first, I believe.
1st of November.
Yeah,
It's like next week.
2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks.
So when is this
We can do
due?
that after Halloween.
When is this?
November 1st.
Okay, and then,
This?
so
That stuff
we,
is right.
but not only is this
It's
due,
under
but
practice.
distribute, collect,
I
organize
know, I get
data
lost
from
too.
the student
Course.
interest inventory. What is that?
So that is
Come on. Just waking up.
getting to know your students. So if you didn't do that
You run into Nos
at the
on this?
beginning,
Right? And God,
it's as simple as.
I haven't heard that in a long time. The classroom I took over, the guy had it for 30 years. I go into it, he has an original Apple laptop computer. He has floppy disks. He has the big one. Floppy.
Just a questionnaire.
Yeah, the 5 1/4.
So learning style inventory. I don't know if your site has official ones that you guys need to give out, but you could go on Pinterest and
have them
No,
fill
of
it
course
out.
they're here, so,
They
okay.
will never return it.
Module
They
B.
have to do it in class.
And then you go to the practicum
So
right there.
then,
Family inventory,
Yeah.
what,
family inventory. So that could be, the same thing. So not the same thing. So family inventory.
so like you
There's all
send
that.
out the letter
Mhm.
and
Now,
the parents fill it out and we
do
never
you,
receive it back.
do you have,
So we need to
SDC
keep
or
following
SP
up
or
with them.
the-
Our
Or you could call them.
So
and
pick
ask
one of your
them.
classes.
Yeah.
Our school
And,
is,
And then you
we're
can put all your
Title
students in
I,
there.
everybody gets
And
free
then,
lunch, nobody brings
I mean,
homework.
so this is what mine looked like. I just took my 6th period.
But you know,
That sounds like probably almost all of our schools. Yeah,
Right.
Okay.
but it's doable.
That's good.
I
Call
still
them on
have
the
to do
phone.
this
Yeah.
because when you come to this point,
Or
But I could call them on the phone and just find out general, I've already talked to some parents,
kids have
but
IEPs.
just talk to
So
them
she
in
could just
general
put all this
about
information
their
here.
strengths or
I'm gonna leave that
weaknesses.
here for the Lisa.
What would you like to see?
And then we'll just go in here
So
next meeting
it's
date,
called the Learning Center where I'm from.
if they
My
have a
school
date,
district.
Okay.
okay.
So can I
Rules
put
eventually.
learning, wherever it says, can I put learning center and not resource,
So
because
I was just copying.
it'll start confusing me.
You can go right to the
It's
IP.
Learning center is what it's called in our district. It's
Instead of
not
like,
called a
you know,
resource
going
center,
through
it's
and
called a
printing them
learning
out,
center.
you know.
Because they're coming in to learn.
So
Okay.
that's probably what I'll do.
I know.
Probably have to do that.
But when I talk to
Tomato,
other people,
tomato?
when I talk to other people, I have to say resource.
Yeah.
On a
But
Sunday.
I'm so
Learning
used to
center.
when I'm
Okay.
in my district, it's all about, so should I just refer to it as?
How am I
a
supposed to like dress up and go party?
My way.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No.
I'm gonna try to get it done
Okay.
early.
You're doing
All
the
right.
same work.
Okay.
Okay, this is due like that first week of November.
November 1st
You good?
Okay.
at midnight.
So
Those
the
help.
other one, what's supposed to be on that one? Because I
So
have
the-
a student inventory, I totally
Yeah.
get that. I don't.
The parent inventory, so it's kind of like that first half of an SST. What are your students' strengths? What are their weaknesses? What are some goals that you want to work on at the beginning? It's just a get to know
I have
you,
that
the inventory.
We have parent
In a
inventory?
totally different document.
Yeah.
I
You may have
totally
already
have
done
that.
it.
I have done it a bazillion times.
Yes.
Now I know what you,
Oh.
want my parent information sheet.
Right, the one that we sent home to the parents, you just want that,
Yeah.
you don't want it filled out, do you?
We want you
How do you want that?
at least for those three students.
Okay.
Oh, at
do you
least
want-
three of them.
Do you want
Oh.
them to fill it out, or can we talk to them over
You
the
can
phone?
talk to them over the phone.
and fill it out?
Now we're back to
Talking
three
on the phone is
again.
much better. Okay.
No, they only want the parent form
Okay.
just a three.
Let's clarify.
Here,
So-
let me go.
There are, so what was assigned last week was just to get you guys used to what you need to fill in, right? So what's due as your artifact for this class, this graded artifact for this class, or this module is your entire, well, not your entire class, but whatever portion of your class, yeah, because for the multiple subject, single subject, it'll be one whole class, right? So whatever portion of your caseload is, it's either the 14 students that you have, or you're doing one class, you're doing a grade level or a subject, right?
I mean, a grade level for me is like 4 kids.
Yeah, it's like 4 kids.
Well,
Is that-
the point of it
Well, I
is
could just
to,
do a grade level, like just take the freshmen
Yep.
out of my class.
Yes, yeah. So we want to be able to compare, right? So there has to be some common identifier. So that's what's due as your artifact for the class. Now, there's other parts to the homework assignment. Let me get to it. That's due next week. Your student interest inventory and your student family inventory. So for those, we only want to see 3. If you want to add more than that, that's totally fine. But for 3, how did you fill those in for those first 3 students that you chose last week?
those 3 case studies.
What does it mean by work?
What do you mean by the student interest inventory, the one that we prepared this summer?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
to find out about your students.
Or if you did not, yeah.
I did, well, so our student inventory that we had to make for our capstone thing, remember that?
Yep.
So that's what you
Yeah.
want, right? But
Yeah.
so I added parents on the same one.
Yeah.
So you want the student and the parent one?
Mhm. For at
for
least
three-
those
at
3
least 3.
students.
Okay.
Those 3 initial students
And you said it had to be on our caseload. Kids have to be on our
But-
caseload or just in our class?
in your class.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Which kind of
No, the 3 case studies, those were the
Okay,
ones, where
gotcha.
that's when,
So they
yeah. So
Go ahead.
so, these being separate is not really the point. It's about getting the information.
Okay.
On them. So if you have already started one and you want to add the parent part to it, asking some questions about their family, then add the parent part to it about your 3 students and, just add that to it. If you need to, in her case, you've already got part of it, just submit what you have, whether it's separate or together.
Okay, we have
It's not the point. Just getting that
45
information.
seconds to rotate.
So, my student
45
interest, I had
seconds. So you guys are
added
going
the
to
parent
3. So we'll rotate this way. But for that to answer your question, it's just the student interest inventory, student family inventory, whatever you did at the beginning of the school year, we want to see those 3 for at least 3 for the students that you want to track.
Okay, but
Yeah.
I only want to track 3 students.
We're only asking for 3 students. If you want to track more, that's totally up to you.
But I'm getting confused between the class and the 3.
The class.
So we're doing the whole class, but we only need 3 in the inventory for 3 students.
Yes.
We don't
That's
do the
where-
inventory for all these.
That's where.
We want all of this by the end of the artifact.
You want all the.
As the
all
artifact.
14?
This is your artifact.
Oh, yeah, okay.
This is just your assignment.
Okay,
Next week.
so that's completely different.
Yeah.
That's due next week.
So we just pull 3 out for those kids.
Got it.
Yes.
But this is gonna have.
Keep working on it.
Yes.
How do we submit all this? Like, is it hard copy?
It's gonna be up to you. Some folks turn in a binder, which is totally fine, but now that we have Schoology, you could turn it in as a portfolio
So I
online.
can
So
scan
I
it
have
in.
a whole lot of attachments, you're not gonna, I mean, I don't even know how I'm, like
So
if I do the
we could work
IEP
that.
at glance, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would for me be a hard copy, not an upload.
So binder would work.
Okay, so for these two things, we just need to scan it in and
This is completely different from what this is.
somehow.
This is
That's
practicum
due
tasks,
next
so
week.
that's not even due until the 1st.
Oh, but we need,
Yeah, so
it's
collect
better
it.
to have a date,
Yes,
Tuesday.
yes, yeah.
It's better to have. a
We're
date.
assigning it because what tends to happen is if we give you 1 week to do it, we get a whole lot of pushback from our interns. So we're giving you at least 2 weeks
Okay,
to get it done if you didn't do it already.
okay.
So that's due when?
Tuesday.
No, the practicum task is a practicum task. So this is due on the 1st.
November
Oh.
1st.
Yeah.
Okay.
And-
As
But
well as
I
the-
will.
And you need to practicum, because that's and you have that in your syllabus, it's your
Yes.
Got
practicum.
it.
So attach your practicum to the end, that's not due next Tuesday, that's what that's your
It's,
culminating
that's
thing.
due when all this is due, right? Gotcha.
Okay.
The reason for, like you said, the reason for assigning it now is so you got the extra time, not a week before it's due. So we introduce it now, so you know,
So the reading
You
of
have
the
this
journal entry is due next week.
yeah, that shortens
All
it.
this stuff that we had so many questions on, that's the practice.
Yeah, and we'll, maybe you're separating it now?
Yep.
So that you'll see there's a separation between the practicum and what's due,
Yes.
what's due when. So those are getting separated now.
And then like with all our other homework that we couldn't submit, we just, we have to move to the next station.
How do we
And
submit
never-
it online?
For the next week's homework, is that what you're referring to?
No, this
Yeah,
stuff is
well,
already
next
filed.
week's homework where we do the double entries, those are just like we did this week,
Yeah.
okay?
Yep.
And
So-
the,
Session 3 homework. You have access to this folder. You would add materials.
And you can put it online that way, whether it's,
do where?
But we can do a binder for you. You don't have to add.
For the homework, it's due.
Right, for the
Practicum, you could do a binder.
So like homework that we couldn't submit last week due to technical difficulty and all that, do you want me to see you after class?
Yes.
All right.
All right,
So that was-
rotate, please.
So for everything,
All right, guys,
that
let's go,
everybody already.
clockwise.
That way.
We assume we're.
Clockwise, so we're going there?
Okay.
Okay.
For all of those questions that everybody had asked that we're supposed to go over, but that we're busy talking about other stuff.
Yeah.
We assume that we're good, like I had talked with you about stuff.
I
that
will
we're trying to submit.
I'll post all those questions and try to itemize it and answer them online. That'll be the easiest way.
Thank you.
well,
She used to call my number.
red boxes, they should come up, so that you're able to add your material wherever you put them.
Going there now? Clockwise.
You guys are going to one.
Click on there again.
No.
Or everyone passes.
Well, I'm up here.
Pass that button.
Pass the placard.
Let's go there.
Pass the placard.
Stay there.
Stay seated.
So send 2 over there.
Good move.
We'll take your flag.
So who's 1 or who's 2?
Now this is over here, they didn't finish this video.
Okay. Just stay where you are.
Or by design, they didn't finish.
Scan it. Direct them to, there's a table.
So you have no homework.
You guys
We're
are
3,
2.
they're 2 now.
Yep.
Well, sorry, could've got that.
Areco.
Oh, no. You okay?
Great, that's gonna be on.
Yeah.
I'm being recorded right now. And I just cursed. I am so sorry.
No, what two?
There's
So chapter 2.
Annotate your notes.
Okay, so we need to write our comments in here even though we're here.
My bad. Hi, hello. That's gonna bruise me. Okay. We are talking about homework.
Okay.
So next week's homework, and then we'll talk about last week's. Okay. So just for clarification, what's due next week, October 25th, is the 5 double journal entries for Teach Like a Champion Chapter 10 and Teach Like a Champion Chapter 11. Okay. Does everybody know how to submit double journal entries? Okay. Because if you don't, you have access to this folder. Click on it and you add materials. Yes.
You click on the folder and add a material?
You
Oh,
could.
yeah, 'cause last
That
week
doesn't show up.
did a submission.
Oh, you'll submit it.
Because when I click on it, nothing shows up.
Oh, just kidding. Okay.
I think that's for you to add.
That's for me.
Okay.
So there will be a submission item. In fact, let me do
So
that
for
now.
us, it looks, do you want us to show you what it looks like for us? Yeah, that's what it looks like. So for us, if you're on like the main page for the course,
Inserting anything for section 2, it's just like a
click on module B section 3.
Well, no, but for section 2,
There's no link.
So she's adding this time.
So I'll be doing it right now. That's chapter 10 and chapter 11.
Or, because we work hard too. For the homework section. So we actually submitting or is it?
All right. This is
Right here.
the challenge.
Was this all for like people online?
Yes, I don't want to ask, 'cause somebody has a good question, that's why I'm wondering.
Can you guys refresh it and see if it actually comes up?
Okay.
Yeah, it comes up. Oh, cool. Now you click on it.
And we can do chapter 10 and 11.
All yeah.
So we click on submit assignment.
Yeah.
And then we click on,
Yep. You
there's
can
one to take from the computer, or you can click on resources and you could go to your
your
Google
Google
Drive.
Drive. Yep.
Oh. That is so that's, yeah, that's exactly that's what I did.
So go to the homework.
All the homework session was just us asking questions.
Oh, you go to resources. You have to install.
Yeah,
And then it's on
So then, we're gonna get ready for it.
and then you get to Cool.
So.
I see it from your guys' perspective, and it looks very different when it's on an iPad.
Yeah, I think that's why I was editing, because I tried to use both to edit
Yeah, there's not a button.
I think that's why.
Cool. Good to know that the interface looks different based off of what device you're using. Okay, so that's all that's due on the 25th. So we wanted to give you a heads up.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine. No. Are you good? Okay. So we just wanted to give you a heads up on the practicum task, which is due on November 1st. So the student profiles that you started last week for homework, that was just getting started. So we want your entire class, if you have a class.
Or entire caseload, if you have a caseload.
You could do a case, so we'll be flexible because ed specialist caseloads can range from, could range from like 3 students to like 103 students. So there has to be a unique identifier. So it could be a certain class, a specific class, grade level, subject, or something else. Yeah.
So I'm teaching like an SLC class, so I can choose my like English 10 period 2.
Yes. Yeah, so that's the flexibility for ed speds.
And is it
Multiple
gonna be
subjects.
for some of the kids that never show up and you don't have any work for them and things like that?
You could,
Like if
so
you
they
pick the
never
class-
show up?
I have some kids that only come one day out of the week and so they're failing the every
So whatever you assigned for 1 week, it's, you assigned it, but not completed. Yeah.
I just didn't want that to reflect on
No.
grade if they.
Definitely circle like it was assigned on this date, student, and it, like notate it, annotate it. So student did not complete it.
So unique identifier, I can pick just one class. I don't have to pick, if I'm going to choose 10th grade, I don't have to pull a 10th grade from all 5 classes, do I? Just one class.
Yeah, one class of 10th graders.
On some of the boxes in the profile, it's, right.
Yes.
And then
So-
also the information is redundant in the IEP. Can we print the IEP and black out the student's name?
Yes.
And attach it?
Yes. Let me yeah, let me pull it up just so we're all on the same page. So what you'll need to do, I did not give edit permissions just because, so yeah.
You make a comment, you can't. I mean, you can see here that obviously that means it's checked.
Yeah.
But we can check the
I
box.
But we can't check it.
I put a Y next
I
to it.
just put a big yes.
Oh, so why? I put a big Y. Did you do that?
Oh, okay, you can do that, that's fine.
Just change it into a word.
Yeah.
Whatever works, okay.
Or an X, that'll work too. So is this your copy?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So if you copy it, yes, you'll be able to fill it in. There is redundancy.
And you just want first name and last initial?
Yes. Yeah, we don't want all that we don't want any like specific identifiers because we want to protect students' identities. As far as printing off the IEP summaries, that's totally okay if, of course, you get rid of all the identifiers. So go through with like a Sharpie, black Sharpie, cross out anything that is not the name, an IEP meeting date, specific classroom accommodations or modifications, behavior support strategies, if there is any. So this is the BIP information, behavior intervention, interim goals, or no, overall goals, interims, and then whoever the case carrier is.
Benchmarks is interims?
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So for their goals, we need
So
to
what
put
I
all
would
of their
do
goals.
now after you gather.
And again, if you're just printing off the summary, just
I know
cross
when I
out
was doing
everything
this, I
else.
was doing like what they were in,
Yeah.
but you want just their name over here and then everything else just attached.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
just
same
cross
thing,
out
so
everything.
all of that, but not all the information will be in there. A lot of the kids on IEPs have medical, like diagnosis. And
So yeah, so if you do have students that have medical diagnoses that affect or impact learning, then definitely put that in there too.
Well, wouldn't that?
No,
Where do you find
not
that?
all
Well,
of
I
them.
mean, on everything, it's either lists as has ADHD or other health impairment or
Yeah.
SLC or. So, but you do still want us to put their name under the medical portion?
Yeah. So if on the IEP it actually has that medical information, leave that there and just say see page whatever. of
Because
summary.
usually it's on the face sheet with,
Usually. So we always plan for like.
so if it's not on the
It's not on
IEP and
there.
there's extra, then put it in.
Yes. Yeah. And so this information, so this form is a universal form. So our multiple subject, single subject teachers are filling in the same thing.
Okay, so did you want us to use something different than, or just use?
You could use this. Yeah.
So
If you want, so for ed specialists, this is the most applicable. The medical conditions, IEPs, maybe 504 SST information, you could just totally disregard the first part. You know what I mean?
Okay. Unless I chose a class and they don't all have IEPs.
Yeah. So it depends on your situation.
So
Any work you want to do, because I don't want to print out all the sites.
So anyways,
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Can we just scan it, upload?
Scan and upload.
But
So you'll have to redact.
Wait, you're actually talking, I thought we were just extracting information.
No,
You're
no, no.
talking about actually turning those in.
You
Or if
could.
you just go to the IP print and download it and save it.
Yeah,
So
we
you're
want you to
talking
redact,
You can save it,
cross
back
out,
it
yeah.
out.
You have to black it out.
You can as a PDF.
Save it on paint.
No, no, you have a Mac. You have a Mac. You could totally do it. So you could go on to, let me
I'm
see.
like, don't look at my computer. I'm gonna go on Facebook.
You could go on preview and you could actually highlight things.
What IEPs at a glance work?
If it's a PDF, yeah.
I mean, like, print it out and bring it to you.
Yeah, but redact it. Yeah, so redact is cross out anything that is a student identifier, things
Where
like that.
else do you find student medical information if you don't see it on the IEP?
If you have a student information system like Illuminate, sometimes that's on there.
Infinite Campus?
Mm, oh, yes,
Okay.
yeah.
How do we black out one?
Are you on preview? Are you on a PDF? Click on that toolbox at the top. You see it? It's one of those 3 buttons. There should be one of those 3 buttons.
So if we bring those hard copies in and go through and cross that stuff out, how much of that form do we have to still pull out?
Just student name, the page, blah, blah, blah. Give a reference. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm coughing. So highlight something.
So I was told if you're gonna do it yourself. But again, should your BIS book.
So you could make
Yeah,
it, yeah.
I made a circle, I think, one time and made it black.
Yeah.
So,
So you could actually.
Oh wait, where'd all that fun stuff come
Oh. Yeah. It might take a lot more time doing it on the computer.
Wait, where'd you get
So
the
what's
little
already
boxes?
needs
What's
to
that?
include.
View or?
So if you're on,
So highlight like last name.
Oh, you just do anything?
And then
Yeah, I think we got.
So it's like I cannot do anything.
Oh wait, and then how do I apply it?
So he was like, so, yes, Jen and
oh, you, on the arrow. I don't think it's highlighted.
Oh, that's
Maybe the
it.
BIS will say, well,
What am I doing?
Highlight.
depends on. who
Okay.
it is. BIS might be,
Click on the
no,
arrow.
give her respect.
The arrow turns
No,
it.
this arrow.
Oh, this arrow.
Strike through.
And then I'm gonna-
Son of a gun. What's going on? Black.
Yes.
Okay, never mind.
Oh my
Let's do
goodness.
Pencil.
yeah, that one.
So that's when you can ask her what exactly.
or no, this one.
There you go.
Oh.
You do
Or
that.
this
Or
one.
that one.
Okay, so literally,
You just write down
I
the
mean,
step.
if they're, and so like birthday,
Write down the steps for yourself.
Yep.
oh wait, is that, no, yeah,
Yep.
that's not on there.
That'll
Okay.
work.
Their school ID.
And then, yeah, I don't think they're, oh, but that's a school I do till last year, but yeah. And then.
Who's texting me?
The
And
ones
then
who
an
are
SLE.
here, they're submitting this into their comment
Good.
section, right? And they're doing the same thing as
I
at
don't think
home,
so. That's why I
Yep.
was
aren't they?
asking,
Mhm.
like,
I know
if they have an
ACE
IEP because they have something that affects their education. So I think it's specifically if it's like ADHD or depression or something like that.
So, and then under all their goals, it says their first name. Is that okay because it didn't say their last name?
Yep, that's totally okay. Okay, we have 2 more minutes to discuss any other issues. Let me go grab the list.
And you're, so now we can say.
So just mainly block out these couple things like case manager, name, ID, and then everything else.
Okay, so students who need the person trouble accessing videos. Okay, so everybody's, oh, inventories. So for the inventories,
Yeah, and
both the student and the family ones, hopefully you guys did one at the beginning of the year. If you didn't, you have 2 weeks to get them from at least 3 students.
oh, thank God, I was like only 5 turned them back in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the student inventory.
Yes.
But what's the family?
Family inventory, so that some,
Just one or the other, right? Not both.
I was reading them, I was thinking.
both.
What is a family inventory?
Family inventory is, making that first contact with the parent. So I am one of your student's teachers. What are your goals for your student? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses?
Oh,
Things like that.
I didn't do one of those.
What do you mean by organized?
I did a letter that
So if
introduced
you
myself.
are the type of person who puts everything in spreadsheets, or if everything is hard copy, putting them in order
Okay.
in a binder.
But like my
Yeah.
student inventory, oh,
Thought you meant like decipher the
Oh, no.
data or do any, okay.
No.
so I did, I guess it was kind of a family inventory. It asked about their kids, what the best way to contact the parent is.
Yes, best way to yes. Yes.
So it was kind of like that. It wasn't super long. It was just kind of short and cute and simple. But I don't think we did.
It was like an online thing.
Student one, you have 2 weeks to fill in. You go on Pinterest. What are your interests? What are your goals? Were there any pressing
No,
questions?
if it's a student and parent one together, is that okay?
Yeah.
As long as it addresses both family and.
Well, last week's homework.
Yes.
I sent you that message with the
Yes.
homework. Did that get out to everyone okay?
I don't know. So I'm gonna go through, what I'm gonna go through is, I'm gonna put all these questions in a nice neat format, and I'll try to address each and every single one. Okay, what it looks like, what it sounds like, for the first session, the one that was cut short because we needed to get everybody out, it looks like we might just drop that one, that assignment, and then we're gonna look through the rest of the stuff, because it sounded like people might have submitted things in the wrong place.
Oh wait, and you wanted 3 student inventories and 3 family inventories?
If you gave one student inventory and it addressed the family's stuff too, then that's the same.
Oh, so you gotta do a
Well, it
separate
was
one.
like the family is filled out.
If you already did one,
I already
so
did
if it was
student
one,
like, the first
yeah.
day of school.
if it was, if it asks the parent to tell you like what's the best way to contact them, what are student strengths, student weaknesses, from the parent perspective.
Okay, yeah, mine was just a in-class student inventory, which had nothing to do with parents.
Okay, yeah, so you have 2 weeks to do it. 2 weeks, 2
Only
weeks.
3, not the whole class?
No, not the whole class, just 3.
Is it written in the
If not, I will clarify that. Good point. All right. We're rotating. I'm going through. I'm coming to you. Which one's this? Okay.
Don't trip on the chair this time.
I will try not to. That's
No,
one of
no,
the nasty. All right. Hi, friends.
Hi. Are we rotating?
I am rotating.
Okay.
So this is what's due next week,
Okay.
October 25th. It's just these 2 readings
Okay.
and 5 double journal entries. Does everybody know how to submit that?
Yes.
Okay. So click on the homework, and then it's right here. You would click on the assignment and
Submission over there, not
there you
in a
go.
comment, right?
right.
Okay.
So, can somebody pull it up on theirs?
Well, that makes.
You're working off of a phone.
I am. It's not actually too bad. I'm in charge of PBS at my school and forgot I had to give a school-wide presentation, so I was
Oh, wow.
pretty late. Session 3.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, you want us to put it out?
Yes, please.
Okay. Right there. Now. Okay, right
Yeah,
here.
she's doing, or no.
Go to Schoology. Okay, I'll go to Schoology, yeah.
So this is Schoology, but I don't want to lose this
Yeah, don't
progress.
leave it. Yeah.
I kind of left it, I don't know if it's gonna be there.
I
Wait,
think
wait,
we
wait.
have multiple windows open.
Courses,
Of Schoology.
right there. And then session 3.
Session 3.
Okay.
There you go.
Homework. Right.
Homework. Yep. Click on that. All right, submit assignment.
Should I click on it right
Click
now?
on it. Because you don't have to click or submit.
And then it's going to let you upload. It's going to open up the upload window.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you could do an upload.
That's
So
how I did it,
If you
upload.
upload, this pulls from your actual hard drive,
Mhm.
or you could do a resource. So if you click on resource,
Okay. I did it from
Yep.
my,
go to apps.
Oh, this is the mock SSU.
You could pull from your Google Drive,
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
or create. You can just straight up type in.
Oh, so if we create.
So you can pull straight from your Google Drive, so I can have it paired up with my TV or my
Okay.
folder.
Yes. So for that, you would actually have to share whatever existing Google Drive you have. Share the assignment with yourself, the module B self,
Okay.
the district intern self, and then you would click submit, and it would submit.
Very
Don't
cool.
post it. 'Cause that would just
Yes.
a nightmare
Okay.
for everyone involved.
Okay.
There was a lot posted like that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know, and that's not very
Well,
clear, but
I was a little confused. Yes, I still submitted it, but I was like, I don't know.
yeah. Well, we're all learning it.
I think it's because it was that last website because we had to do it all through comments.
Comments.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I've learned to actually separate the two because there's a separate assignment
It's in the-
that I could create and a separate discussion.
Okay.
So those two will no longer be confused.
When
Go ahead.
I was gonna say one thing that would be awesome is like so there's the homework folder for each thing, but then there's also this part where when I go to like home, well I don't want to go there now because I'm on this. Or wait, no, this is multiple tabs. So I go to home. Then there's the. Oh, wait, I guess I was just there. Over upcoming. Is there a way we can get all the assignments to pop up in that tab?
Just whatever's overdue, and then if you haven't submitted it, and the upcoming.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay. So all homework will appear here.
Yes, once
Okay.
it's published.
I was thinking that maybe some things would pop up, but
Oh, that's nice.
everything
Okay.
will. Okay.
Yep.
Great.
The question I have is if I don't score lots on a assignment, can I make it?
So we'll discuss that on a case by case basis.
No, we did the,
Will.
It's I'm open to get the video one.
We don't replace grades. I can tell you that.
read through chapter
Okay, so
understanding by the-
since my answers are like I compared with other students, it's the same as this. So I was marked down, like I was 5 out of 10 and I compared with a couple of my colleagues. They kind of, the wording is different.
So preciseness is actually a standard under Common Core. So using precise language, precise explanations is really important. And that's really important for our students too, because if we use, I mean, as you can see, my instructions were not very precise, and so assignments were all over the place.
Okay.
It's really important.
But I know I've used high level vocab on it, so, and I kind of used the ones they used in the video, so that's what my concern is.
So which one was it? Because if I marked you down, I tried to give an explanation of what was missing.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna come to you.
Okay, yeah, find it, yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, the last one. So about the grades.
Yes.
Just because there's so many moving parts in this program.
Yeah.
How long can we expect before? Just because a lot of these aren't showing up, so I want to make sure we know which ones are submitted, or if they are thing in error. So I've done them all, but I don't have all my grades, kind of thing.
So I honestly didn't start updating grades until yesterday.
Right, then that's fine. I just didn't know if there's like a time frame to make it more consistent, or just give you another week. We'll try that.
Give me until this Friday.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh,
And it,
so, I'm sorry, go ahead, and then I'll finish.
no, that's fine. That's all I
Yeah.
wanted.
Okay, so since I did only one attempt on that.
Yeah.
And we were allowed 3 attempts, can I go and reattempt the questions then?
If it's still open,
It's closed.
then
Okay, yeah.
So
But that
means I get a 0 on that thing. Can I still get a B in this class if I've already gotten a 0 on something?
we need to just, because we honestly don't have a, so I checked with Dr. Pruitt. There's no clear late work policy
Okay.
on it.
So you guess what
Yeah, so we need to discuss that. And it can't be too damaging because we didn't tell you guys ahead of time.
Well, and the other thing is, I really did not realize that online class was like one night only.
Yeah, I need to, so we need to clarify all of that.
Okay, so there's hope I can still
Yes.
pass this class.
Absolutely.
All right,
Yeah.
great.
I'm not
Great.
unreasonable. Yeah.
And above only then you pass. If you ever see, you just totally trashed. That's what it is.
Is it?
That's
I think
what they
that's
have
the
told us.
fortunate thing is I try to get a B in everything.
Everything, yeah. That's
Which-
why we are
which just-
concerned. Yeah, I'm really.
Which if we
concerned.
really all got B's, then wouldn't you want to curve that? So like reverse curve it so that some of us can really shine? No, I don't know. It'd be great if we all
Well,
had
Melissa
A's
will
and
help
B's,
us fix
right?
this. That's,
Yeah.
that's all I know.
Yes, there is hope. I mean, we're not going to be unreasonable about it. Like
Okay.
we're all learning how to use the new system. We're going to be fair. We're not going to replace grades necessarily, but we'll give you opportunities to.
Opportunity. That's all we need.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely. The point is I've
This one
rotated.
You rotated.
We have a lot of questions.
I mean, what was I saying? The whole point is that you learn the standard. You learn the teaching standard, right? We're not gonna dock you and not give you an opportunity to fix it. 'Cause that sounds kind of contrary to our whole profession.
Right.
Right. So, we'll be reasonable. Hi.
You already moved left now?
Yep. And I'm about to go to that one.
Next station.
Oh, we got.
I just gotta finish this third one. You're probably already done with it.
Well, I'm not done.
Thank you. I can talk to you guys.
Anything else? Anything else? Anything on the list that I needed to address? Anything else I needed to address? Case studies? Dates? How to submit the slides? You guys know all that?
How to submit slides?
Or how to submit? What did I write? Oh, explicit instructions. How to submit assignments. Is that cool?
I think we just kind of figured
Just
out.
figured that out? Okay.
And I think that looks like how I've done some submissions before.
Okay.
The little bar was actually all I needed because I feel like if I've missed any assignments, I'm pretty upset because I've sat there looking for assignments over and over again.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, I'm a student too in our admin service credential.
Yep.
So all the upcoming stuff comes up on the side.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
As a romance.
Hi. Homework questions? Homework questions? Can I interrupt for just a moment? Absolutely.
Although it is important.
Do you guys have any questions though?
To you
Yeah.
and how much.
Shoot.
We think there is another important question often overlooked by the teacher design. When, in case in which understanding is the goal, when should I engage in direct instruction and when not? So basically that's what we're focused on. When engage in direct instruction and when not to.
That's totally fine. Let me just,
pull up a new tab.
yeah, that's fine. Okay, so let me just go over what's due next week. Next week is 2 chapters in Teach Like a Champion and 5 double journal entries for each. Do you guys know how to submit those?
No.
No. Okay. Good answer. All right. So you click on the homework tab, and you'll see this link right here. There's 3 ways to submit.
I would start.
Posting a comment is not a way to submit. Okay. So there's. Actually, you guys are gonna have to pull it up because I can't submit anything.
Like ours right now is called Superflex. It's awesome.
All right. So click on that.
Where do I find that?
Homework. So go to your courses. Click submit assignment. So you'll always see a submit assignment button, something that needs to be turned in.
And you just work on. So with him, I
And
would.
make sure to use that
Yeah,
universal.
okay. So you can upload something. So if you upload something, it's just like any other upload. It pulls from your actual computer, your hard drive,
Right, he knows the correct
file, or you could record it if it's a video recording submission, or you could click create. Oh,
I didn't. It's such great
Probably need anyway, so you could create the item itself and then
I would try to
submit,
do
or
it
you
before
click
I
resources and
I try to do it myself.
Is it not?
Well, you're gonna do
from
it
the
yourself almost informally. It's really you.
No.
Your class, then
and your Google Drive.
then you don't necessarily need to document. You need to document for the sake of really getting past all
So if you have another Google Drive,
Now, if they were
what you need to do is
research,
share that
then you
document
want to document.
with your intern
So I
self.
would probably put him on a.
And then you'll see all of your items, there you go, that you
I
can
would
click
do like a
from, and you would
resource.
click them off, add
Every time he does it. Right, every time he makes.
That's how you submit, so there's 3 ways. That's the only thing that's due next week.
And it's something that I don't think they say, but I think it's.
What is due at the end of tonight?
Switch my schedule to
Everything to the right, so if you go to the module.
The reality is, this game sounds like a lot of my kids.
Page.
And I think he has no, he does not have that at home, either because of people are or they don't believe in
All of that, so all the upcoming stuff.
and because of the demands that we're putting on school.
That terms where teachers are better performing these tend to develop TIDs.
Double journal.
Yes,
Oh, that was already.
merely present terms, rules, and tactics.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And 3, 2, and 1.
So this is what?
3 and 2, 4, 3, and 2 are just questions.
That's over here, right? Over here?
Yes. So 4, 3, and 2. 4, 3, and 2 are really submissions for the online folks. The folks who are at home right now. And it's a place to house any questions that come up. Because they're not here.
So, and so what's due for us tonight?
So what's due for you really tonight is the current trends reflection, that was due at 5.
Yeah.
The teacher professionalism, so center 5 and center 1.
5, okay.
And the mock SST will be
So homework isn't just double check, telling us what the mark is.
You could do that now. That's part of like applied behavior analysis.
What I would say
So
during a
everyone can all care about it, right?
And it's really cool because you can actually record yourself from your device.
For the people, so that's what-
Thank you.
and that's how you act.
Yes.
So now, I think.
Something for themselves.
Read through chat.
Reinforce.
I love math.
So there is a book, and you guys can do this all together. Does anybody have the
No,
Understanding by
I
Design?
haven't seen.
Okay. Well, I mean, it was required.
Oh, okay. Probably. This is my background.
So Understanding by Design, and it's, they have it right now. It's just the page that talks about the checks for understanding.
Center 5, we talked to Melissa, which was one of the centers.
And
I was just curious on what it I don't like.
That would hurt.
I kind of went all over.
They're all over the place. I actually have a separate, at my desk, separate
One more thing.
keyboard and a separate mouse. People think I'm crazy.
Upper back, it's all jacked up.
You are also a very tall person, so I can imagine how uncomfortable that is. Yes.
I'm going to my drive right now. I want to make sure that I'm doing the. I had no idea on the 3 students that were supposed to upload thing.
I didn't need it uploaded. That was just to get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not uploaded, but like started. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't.
You didn't know how to do it?
I want to make sure that I'm doing it correctly. Instead of
That's totally
it being down the road.
Yep.
Oh, you're SOL.
That's why I check my kid out. What did you do?
Oh, yeah, I get it. You get out, so let's see why he's here. Oh, there, then I'll punch everybody.
Yeah, right.
Then it's really slow tonight.
It is, and I think that's because we have
We're all
a whole bunch of year 2s. The year 2 ed speds are here too, are here also.
Oh.
So that's another 30 people who are using our network.
So their name?
Yep.
Yes, their or no?
Yep.
'Cause I can't click to check.
Yeah, I
don't
know. I don't know.
And then I put yes, and then their disability. And,
Okay.
over here.
Yep.
That's just comments on
Yeah,
what I
what
think.
you've noticed.
What I've noticed. Okay.
Your
That's what I want to know. And then
You scroll down. So at the end of this, on November 1st, what we want to see is your entire, so we're going to be flexible for ed specialists because for multiple subject, single subject, they'll choose one whole class to run profiles for, right? But we know that ed specialists, your caseloads can run anywhere from 1 or 2 students to like 120 students. So choose a unique identifier. It could be one class, or it could be one grade level, one subject, one period of the day, whatever it is. And then you'll fill in the rest of the information. And you are totally free to print out IEPs, the IEP summaries, as long as you cross out, redact all the
their name,
personal
SS,
Yeah.
address, everything.
We don't need all that.
Yep.
We don't want that anywhere on record anymore.
No. Okay, then the rest of this is pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
They won't. None of my ones gay. SSC. And,
And so this is a universal footprint because there are multiple subjects, single subject, teachers.
yeah. Cool. Awesome. That's all I want to
Anything
know.
else? Yeah.
I want to know that I'm doing that correctly. When I'm doing it at home, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop
Yeah.
before I get
But
too
you're on
involved.
the right track.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
So
like,
these are just your observations.
I didn't know what that was. I was like, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna wait until I see them.
I totally forgot my. Okay. I actually did mine for. This is the same exact activity we did for what is that called? What is that called? BITSA,
Yes.
to get my clear credential.
Yes. My wife told me to keep this stuff.
Yeah. Yes. This is exactly the same. And I did it for 100 students, I think, or I had like 98 students. It was pretty easy. At one level, it was just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. And it actually really helped that class. I felt like
You were able to see what they are doing and
Yeah.
how you can justify what you're gonna be
Yes.
doing. Yes,
And then
exactly.
when it came to like the multi-tiered systems of support, it made it so much easier for me to identify, well, this particular class, I see a trend. We had homogeneous grouping at my site, so it made it easier for me to, well, this class needs more, interactive activities, so I did role plays and things like that. I taught physical science, so it made it much easier to do something like that. Whereas one of my other classes were just like, I don't care, just give us the reading, we'll get it done. And I was just like, totally fine.
Yep. As long as you get through the material, that's
Yes.
totally fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
then-
master the material. So
Final question.
yeah.
On the cumulative practice,
Yeah.
is that going to be all written out in, or is it going to be digitalized?
No. So you have an option. So we're gonna let you guys choose. You could create a binder, which is what I
Like we
did.
did over the summer.
Yep.
Pre-serve.
Or you could create an online portfolio.
And then do you guys want the stuff from pre-service also?
I don't. I will double check with Dr. Pruitt though. Oh, well. Oh, yeah. I ended up having to recreate a lot of it. Oh no. Well, Teach Like a Champion also has been revised. Yeah.
I saw that there was new ones.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah. It's a really a good book for it. It's worth having.
Yes.
As an ed professional.
I'm like, other ones were getting very used.
Good, as they should be.
Yes.
And then the last thing for the practicum tasks, the interest inventory, the family inventory, they could be one and the same if there is a parent portion.
Now on the stuff that's due tonight,
Yes.
are we gonna give time?
We have an hour. So, like, we have an hour.
Yeah.
You guys are good. All right.
The video isn't due.
There's no.
Sometimes
The mock? Yeah.
So all
Not
of a
due
sudden
tonight.
I have numbers.
All right. Any questions? Ooh, look. Matching colors. All right. You guys have any questions about the homework that's due? That's going to be due, because I feel like that's going to be the easiest stuff.
Yeah.
That is a quick, so let me,
Because I'm not even familiar with what the SST really is. Did I miss that? Yeah, I know that, but like, how does it differ from an IEP?
So the student doesn't have an IEP yet, and because so a lot of times someone's going to refer this kid to special ed, either the parent, the teachers, someone is going to refer the student to special ed.
Yeah.
You have a SST to determine if this kid, if you even want to go through with the testing, and then you get assigned 7 for an initial.
So this is bigger
before
for
the initial.
Right. So this is mostly for gen ed teachers because
it is and it isn't, because it depends on your site. Some sites ask and this is
some
borderline
sites ask
not
a special,
legal. Yeah,
as a specialist. Can we say no? Like I don't feel comfortable doing that.
It depends on the site. I know the last site I came from.
Well,
you can't
either
make
way,
me.
someone. So
not
either
really
way, so I think what normally happens is, so like a gen ed teacher goes, okay, this kid I think might be special ed.
Right.
Either he has an IEP and it hasn't been transferred over, or and I don't know about it, or he should have one. You know, for whatever reason they think that this kid needs an IEP or needs to be referred to special ed, and then so then they'll come to the ed specialist, probably like the department chair, and say like, hey, this kid I think is special ed, and then it's up to that person to decide. So that usually you go through an SST before you go through the 7 process. Like before you get a parent to sign a 7. Yeah, sorry, I call it 7. Before you get them to sign the 7, and then once that 7 is signed, then you do the WJ or Y, whatever your school's using, and then you do the psych testing. You do an initial process, which is pretty much like the same process as a try. Yeah.
Well, see, I teach 4 through 6, so like it's gonna be very like I'll never be doing initials. I mean, hardly.
Really? Because
Why?
all of my
5th or 6th grade.
all of my 7th graders, if you ask RJ right now, he's got a trillion tries, and it's all coming from the 4th grade teachers who are referring these kids.
Yeah. There's no. No, I'm in an SDC.
Yeah, we're at
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So like all my kids have IEPs already. They come with IEPs, especially at a 5th and 6th grade
that's the
level.
problem with us and specialists. Like, if you're not, especially as first year teachers, I don't think anyone is going to always want to do it. But I know that I've seen my mentor teacher do like 3 SSTs already.
Yeah.
And
so,
she's like, you should sit in and just see what it's like. And it's really interesting. They talk to the parents and just kind of.
So this must be why I'm not familiar with an SST, because I'm in an SDC setting. So it's different.
But you also have, I mean, the lesson is not itself how to run an SST. It's how do you make that first contact? How do you communicate
so it's just like being
to a parent?
professionalism, basically. So, but I still like have no idea.
So for the mock SST, this is the cool thing. So you click as a comment, and there's a little microphone.
Where?
So when
microphone. Sorry, I'm not looking at your screen.
There's a little microphone, and back to. So you'll choose either just an audio or a video and audio.
They want us to do video and audio.
Loud. There you go. And then you can just record. Hey, it's pretty cool. Schoolage is pretty awesome like that. And then when you're done recording.